ration food until emergency personnel can...
All right, Stark. I've lost contact with you, so I'm assuming... Whatever. Just need to get this countdown started.
There is not enough free memory to run this program. Quit one or more programs and then try again.
Stark, your IT department sucks.
Protocol accessed. Initiating self-destruct countdown. 5
Took
minutes
long
remaining
enough.
till
Time
self-destruct.
to get the hell out of
4
here.
minutes 59 seconds. 4:58. 4:57.
Looks like I got their full attention.
4:55. 4:54. 4:53. 4:52. 4:51. 4:50. 4:49. 4:48. 4:47. 4:46. 4:45.
Sorry, honey. Looks like my time's already up.
Disrupt delay reduced to minimum. 30 seconds until detonation. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 17.
Condition is red. Repeat, condition is red.
Hi, Steve.
We have ceased advance, but food supplies are running low. We can't last much longer like
It wouldn't have been an issue if we hadn't started this whole nanite control program in the first place. What were we thinking? Amen to that. The fact is, I didn't like who that war was turning me into. And now I worry what our mistakes might end up turning us all into. Ask him yourself. It's not good, Steve.
North Star wiped out a unit of farmers who've been taken.
Hello there. What can I do for you?
Can't fix their minds.
Of course, but not under these circumstances. I guess it took a global menace to wake us up. I certainly hope not. Let's burn that bridge if and when we get to it, okay? Don't you think we already tried that? We have a shutdown signal, but the Collective changed the network's encryption code, and we designed it to be unbreakable. We don't have time to second-guess decisions already made. We need to focus on shutting the network down before it's too late. Speaking of which, I should be getting back to work.
No one can beat Hulk!
Hello, Cap. Not a problem. By the way, it's good to be on the same team again, Steve. That's still debatable, but this isn't the time. At this point, there is nothing more important than shutting down the Nanite Collective. I hate to even think about that. Hi there. Some crazy stuff. I think they're going to fill us in soon, but just watching the news tells me it's getting bad, and fast. They might try it, especially if we start sending out strike teams to various hot zones. But if they do, I'll be here to give them a warm welcome. With everything that's going on, I don't think anyone's got that on their minds. If we can't keep this thing from spreading, the SRA won't matter. In a way. If we thought we were in wartime before, I get the feeling we haven't seen anything yet. Anyway, nice chatting. Talk to you later.
Hello. I'm getting there. I never realized what Vance went through during his incarceration until I found myself in that horrible place. I'm just grateful to have gotten out alive. They kept us away from them in different cell blocks. I never even knew they were in there until, well, you know. Nothing. It was hard enough attending the memorial service, but to not know if Vance has become one of them. Are you really sure of that? Because I'm not. Well, I have some things I'm supposed to be doing. Talk to you later.
In the span of just a few hours, the world has gone insane. The Nanite Collective's agents are swarming all over the globe, infecting key victims in an apparent bid to eliminate all serious resistance to their expansion.
Their movements seem methodical and well coordinated. They must have used Prison 42's portal system to move this fast. Worse, time is on their side. If we can't stamp this out quickly, it will grow to encompass all of humanity.
In the face of this new threat, the Registration Act has been temporarily suspended to allow us to work together.
We're deploying teams around the world, but the most explosive situation right now is in the African nation of Wakanda, which has reported a massive incursion into their capital city. Ruled by our friend T'Challa, also known as the Black Panther, Wakanda is a highly advanced country blessed with the world's only deposits of vibranium.
Your knowledge of the Nanite Collective makes you the best team to send into this combat zone. Do whatever it takes to help Black Panther defeat these invaders and regain control of his country.
Thank goodness you're here, my friends. No time for pleasantries, though. The enemy have our city surrounded and are firing on us with siege cannons. Please take out those guns. We can't hold out against them much longer.
You don't need spider sense to tell me you're a loser.
You will never take Wakanda, invaders!
Hey, if you wanted to prove living, you could have just joined the kibbutz.
I've seen real war. This is just scurvy. going down.
Thank you, heroes. Your help is most welcome. The nanites are spreading. The escaped inmates have infected hordes of mercenaries, and now they have come for us. We must stop their assault before they take the city. The cannons are our primary target. We've been forced to resort to guerrilla tactics to keep the enemy off balance. I assure you, you'd be dealing with much worse were it not for us. Come, they have more artillery ahead. I will open the security fields for you. They have another cannon near here. We must find it.
You can still run away like the coward you are. See all that?
Excellent. We should ascend the mountain.
Really got nothing to say. If anybody asks, tell them Wolverine did this to you.
This ancient lock was built to secure the path, but I'm sure you'll be able to open it. Sometimes the old ways are not the best, at least when it comes to security systems. They are using their powers to shield the cannons! Stop them!
Bet you're wishing you had a mutant healing factor too.
Greenwich Mean Time, and you're listening to MMN International News. reports continue to flood in from around the globe regarding the sudden, shocking emergence of what American military authorities are calling a nanite-based collective mind. While details are painfully slow to emerge, what's clear thus far is that this brain virus can, at this stage, only be transferred to new victims via injection. Contrary to popular internet rumors, one cannot be drawn into this collective by drinking contaminated water, eating infected foods, or using public toilets. At this time, it's estimated that over 3 million people have been infected. It's unknown where the members of the collective are producing more of the nanite serum, since it's believed to be non-self-replicating. Authorities wish to reassure the public that every step is being taken to find a weakness in the collective, while the world's superheroes are being deployed to combat its spread. However, as experts have already pointed out, superhumans are not immune to being absorbed into this terrifying group mind.
I've forgotten more about combat than you'll ever know.
Spider powers rock.
This gate must remain secure while that cannon still fire. To defend the city.
Is that Havoc? What's he doing here?
Be careful, my friend. That is not so bad. You know.
is inside the city. Please hurry.
King T'Challa needs your help. I will secure Havoc, then follow you to the city. Go!
They have taken our defenses offline, leaving us vulnerable to airborne assault. Head to the towers at the top of the city to restore the defenses.
Your parting gift today is your very own concussion.
Those nanites weren't much help.
Ever considered surrendering?
Breaking those is a fine idea. I do not want the teleporter pods in my city.
And you're done. You can still run away like the coward you are. Oh, don't be too embarrassed. I've been doing this for a while. Who taught you how to fight, Mom?
Head to the towers at the top of the city to restore the defenses.
Think of the scar.
Incoming aircraft! You are near the defense tower. Please, get the power cords back into the socket.
Just be glad you ain't in pieces.
There is another tower to repair nearby.
I don't need spider sense to tell me you're a loser. Your parting gift today is your very own concussion.
You have aided us greatly, heroes, but there is more to be done. We must activate one last tower. Let us descend. I shall open the way for you. Come along. We must travel down to the marketplace. The last tower is just ahead.
It is done. Our city is safe.
We must travel to the palace through here. It remains undefended.
accomplished.
Hope will smash! Focus on Justice! His powers are shielding A-bomb!
Our homes are safe. I shall post guards with these two while we go secure their palace.
Your help in the city is much appreciated, but the palace defenses are still offline. I must ask for your help once again. Use the lift to reach the palace grounds.
There are 2 towers in the palace defense network. Restore them and will open the way to the palace.
Medic! No, seriously. Looks like it might be nap time for Spidey.
Mind controller node, you're going down.
Spider sense says I'm gonna die. Sure, I beat you, but that doesn't help me pay my rent. What a match! My fist and your face!
We should head up here. The first tower is just ahead.
You won't get in the way of my mission.
That was fun, but I still prefer wall crawling. See, all that mind control for nothing.
Restore the power core to the defense tower.
Very good. There is but one more tower to activate.
Anybody asks, I'll tell them you put up a heck of a fight.
You got a stink of loser on ya.
Hey, if you wanted group living, you could have just joined
The
the
final power core must still be placed into a large tower. Take that lift to reach the palace.
appears we are safe, thanks to you. But it seems things are going badly back in New York. I will patch you in.
Priority 1 distress call from Stark Tower to all friendly forces. We are under attack. Invading force is comprised of nanite-controlled criminals as well as infected superheroes, including... Oh!
Cheers! Look out! I just hear it! Colossus!
Fall back! Fall back!
She-Hulk! Stark Tower, respond! Please, join me inside. I will continue trying to contact our allies. Panther calling Stark Tower. She-Hulk, do you read?
Fury?
The one and only.
You survived? But where have you been?
There and back, Steve. And now, better than ever.
You're part of them now, aren't you?
Don't miss a trick, huh, Cap? Yeah, I've been welcomed into the fold.
The fold?
Don't get hung up on the name. Whatever you call it, it's the best thing that could ever happen to this world.
Oh, really? How do you figure?
How many wars you and I been through? Ain't you ever wondered if there's an end to it?
To this war,
To all wars, Steve. This is the last one.
Right. Once you've taken everything over. Pretty sure I've heard that one before. From an old German acquaintance of ours.
It ain't about taking over. It's about everyone agreeing. Everyone coming into the fold. Sharing what's left of this god-forsaken planet. Not fighting over every stupid thing. How can you be against that?
Sounds great. But at the price of the most basic freedom of all, freedom of thought, I can't think of anything more horrific.
You don't get it. Well, guess I should have expected that. But you'll get this. We'll stop the attack on Stark Tower right now, if you and your party will join us.
You aren't Nick Fury. I don't know what you are, but we aren't making any bargains with you.
All right. We gave you the chance. Remember that.
They're broken through our defenses. How? No! My own people taken! This has gone too far! Goblin?
Surrendering?
Venom as well? How many coals will Fury throw at us?
Spider Sense says I'm gonna die.
you sense to stay down. We will put them down once again.
Looks like it might be nap time for Spidey. That was fun, but I still prefer wall crawling. I'll tell them you put up a heck of a fight.
Thank you. Without your aid, I shudder to think what would have become of my homeland. Now, what should we do with these two?
The fall of Stark Tower was just the beginning. Over the past few weeks, the Fold has aggressively ramped up its campaign to take over all of humanity. Many of our closest friends and allies remain unaccounted for. We have to assume they've been taken into the Fold.
It's no coincidence either. The Fold's primary targets are clearly superhumans. And thanks to the acquisition of Fury and his decades of intel, they've been able to make serious inroads in expanding the Collective's power base. Fortunately, Fury's knowledge of Wakanda isn't comprehensive, which is why we've been using Black Panther's palace as our temporary base of operations.
Fold forces were unable to retrieve Venom and Green Goblin after you defeated them. Using the pure nanite samples your team obtained from Prison 42, we've been able to cure these two criminals of their infection.
Venom and Goblin both claim a strong desire to help us stop the Fold. They're not the most trustworthy of allies, but frankly, we can't afford to turn them away. With the Fold growing exponentially, infecting entire populations at a time, it's becoming obvious we can't win a war of attrition against them. Their network seems to be the key. If we could only find a way to disrupt it. Unfortunately, they've clearly been taking steps to make that all but impossible.
Our best minds are working hard to devise a strategy to defeat the Fold before it becomes unstoppable. We'll let you know if and when we come up with anything solid.
My home is yours, friends. Everything here is at your disposal. Let us meet at the briefing station when you are ready to act.